For today's assignment, I decided to use my good friend ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. Gemini and ChatGPT I've used in the past. ChatGPT a lot more than Gemini. I just recently started using Gemini. And then Claude I have not used. So I already generated my prompt, which I'm going to put in ChatGPT. And then I like to add the instructions from the assignment. So I added that in with the prompt just so that the model is very clear on what I'm looking for in terms of rubric. So I think that's helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. I'm going to do the same thing in Gemini. I'm going to put the prompt in. Go ahead and put the assignment. And this is an Excel rubrics that I am working on for the grading of how each model performs the task. Go ahead and put that in there. And then Claude, I literally have just used once, and that was during an MDC cohort that they were teaching us the different AI tools. So I'm going to pause and come back so I can read this, analyze, and then tell you what I think. Okay, so all three models have created their email marketing campaign. I went through all of them and I made a little rubrics on Excel to figure out which model I preferred the most. To my surprise, I actually really liked what Claude came up with, and I have not used Claude before. It had great catchy subject lines. I really liked that the body of the email, except for email one, had the wrong date of 2024. The rest of the emails were fine. We're working on the tax year strategy for 2025. So here it called 2025, but here it stayed with 2024, which was a little weird. But I liked the call to actions, to book the complimentary session. It had here like a little place for me to insert my calendar link. And then when it proceeded to the second email, there was some notes that I had shared with each of the models that was really important to me, some tax strategy notes about IRAs and 401ks and something called chunking when you're converting, an IRA into like to Roth IRA or a Roth 401k so that you're taxed. It's all tax strategy. And it really incorporated that into the body of these emails, which I really liked. And then the final call was great. And I liked that the final call gave them, meaning the people receiving the email, to mid-month, December 15th, to book these appointments. So it created a sense of urgency, especially because it's the last month of the year. And once the holidays start around the 20th, it's really hard to get these things into action because fund managers will be away. So I like the campaign notes. It tells me when to send email 1, email 2, email 3. It has a strategy for me, and it has some personalization tips. For Gemini, I really did not like. Same prompt, and then here it has the 3 emails. The titles are horrible. P&L and tax overpayment focus. It's not very catchy. Retirement and income strategy would be the second one. And then the third one was future proofing with Roth conversions. And as you can see, the email is just very bland. That's the third one actually. This is the second one, not much better, and it's very short. Same thing as number 1. When you look at the emails in Claude, there is a lot. There is a lot that's being put into the email up until here. So it's a lot of information. Same thing with 2. It's from here, the body, like all the way down to here. Same thing with the final call. So in terms of Gemini, I did not like its output at all. Then we go to our good friend ChatGPT that knows me very well, and I really did enjoy the subject lines. It gave me 3 different subject lines per email. When comparing it to Claude, I thought that Claude did a better job with email number 1 than all of the other 2 models. But then I liked the email number 2 and email number 3 from ChatGPT. So I'm going to go ahead and move my rubrics into here, and I can go over with you what I came up with. So all 3 models, they followed the instructions accurately. I noted that Claude made the mistake about the year of 2024 versus 2025. That was the only inaccurate information. And then to my surprise, I really liked the email formats and the content that Claude came up with. So in terms of feature and criteria, the model that won for me was Claude. When it came to the tone of the emails, they were all friendly and professional. I think the winner here was definitely Claude. For the brand consistency, I felt that ChatGPT definitely captured my brand. Claude, without knowing me, captured my brand just from the prompt. And Gemini did not capture my brand. It was just very bland and straightforward, had no personality. So I think the model that won, that's really hard for me to say. So I'm going to say it's a tie between Chat and Claude. Then we go to the call to action strength. I think this was okay. Gemini was fair. I just really didn't like its output at all. ChatGPT and Claude, I really liked their call to actions. It gave, especially Claude, it gave specific deadlines of when to reach out to me. And both of the emails, well, the 3 email chains created by all 3 models included my calendar link, which was really good. Then we have the subject lines. Again, I really liked what Chat and Claude came up with between both of the models. I am not including Gemini because I really did not like its output. And then the structure of the email campaign, Claude and ChatGPT were excellent. Gemini was fair. And then creativity, clarity, and marketing accuracy. Again, ChatGPT and Claude were the winners for me. Gemini did an okay job. It was just very generic, not what I was expecting. So the model that won, I'm gonna say, is Claude, which is very hard for me to say because I've been using ChatGPT for a very long time. I hope that you enjoyed this video and my comparisons between models.